Go, Phoebe. Keep the tip up, keep the tip up. Hold on to it. Keep the tip up. Calm, calm, calm. You're alright, calm.
No!
Keep the tip up. It's a tuna. Keep winding. Don't drop the GoPro, Joshy.
Whoa!
Skipjack tuna.
It's so beautiful! Okay, let's quickly kill it because I don't want it to suffer.
Our first fish! Your first proper fish! Look at it! What a fish! Put it towards me, show me. Wow, beautiful. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on tight. Apart from the blood in your mouth.
Okay, let's quickly kill it, baby.
Well, if that fish blood in my mouth didn't make you dry reach and you're still here, thank you and welcome. We're Josh and Phoebe, the new kids on the dock, and we're sailing our Adams 35 Innerbloom. Last week we did our first ever catch and cook on Great Keppel Island, but we couldn't stay long because we're on a mad dash back down the east coast of Australia to reach our summer commitments. We've actually skipped ahead a bit this episode. Our camera gear has not met the challenge with the same grit and determination that we have. It's either wind noise that would make the sweetest of saints swear, or the GoPro falling off its mount and missing the action shots entirely. We stopped in at Roslyn Bay for a quick refuel, and now, 100 nautical miles later, we're off the coast of 1770 with a cockpit full of coconuts, hearts full of sunshine, and memory cards full of shots of our GoPro falling in various places around the boat.
So nice. I'm considering going for a swim.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ever irresolute decision-making of hazard-conscious hedonistic yachties. Let's see how they go.
Yeah, swim.
Stage 1, doing it in good company.
Do you want to go for a swim?
Definitely, I think I would like to go for a swim.
Stage 2, safety. You can't both swim at the same time.
So, should we, one at a time, put the ladder down into the water and just hold on?
Nice one, kids. The old hanging onto the ladder and dragging behind the boat trick.
Then you get the exhaust fumes.
Ah, the exhaust fumes, you dig?
Or we
Yeah.
could just
Cut the gas, kids. Just get in there and do it.
turn the motor off for a little bit.
Stop, have a swim.
Ace choice. Turn the inboard off to swim. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, on second thought, it is in the middle of the day, in summer, in Australia.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot. It's like 35 degrees.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, but you gotta live a little, dig? You kids haven't done that this season. You gotta.
Well,
We haven't done that yet. Like,
No.
We've we've trolled ourselves in the back of the boat, but we haven't stopped. Yeah, it's only 19 meters.
Come on now, darling. Don't be scared of a little deep water.
Are you nervous?
yeah, I probably wouldn't go for a big swim.
No, just a little jump in.
Little jump in.
Oh man, not you two. Don't be such a square in front of your girl.
And
Yeah.
probably have to tie a line around one of us.
Yeah, that's right, folks. They're still stuck on stage 2, safety.
Yeah, well, one in, one out, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, you done it now, party pooper. She doesn't want to swim alone.
no, I wouldn't want to go in without you.
What? You go in first, you're the bait.
You're the bait? Ooh, wrong move there,
It's
daddy-o.
only gonna get hotter.
Yeah. Oh, as in
Might wait a little while.
later.
I don't know.
Alright.
Stage 3. Don't make decisions your future self would regret. You gotta protect that skin, girl, you dig?
Well, if you feel like going for a swim, you should go for a swim, though.
Yeah, I want to go for a swim with you. Or I want to do it together at least.
Okay. Well, if you want to do that now, we can. Prefer to kind of do it towards the end of the day, though. It'd get the...
Oh, girlie, you gotta make it a quick dip, in and out. If you wanna swim with this wet rag, you've gotta paint the picture to him.
Get a bit of salt.
Yeah, but I can imagine cold ocean swim, coming back in here, having a shower, wet hair.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
sipping
want
on a cold chai.
to. It's
coconuts.
only 11. Like it's the hottest hours of the day are in front of us
that
now.
That just goes to show how hot it is going to be. Let's say that. Okay, we'll park it.
Park the swim, but definitely do it later.
Definitely.
Okay.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, leads us to stage 4. Deciding to do it later, that is to say, deciding not to decide. Maybe next time.
Phoebe's got all the sails up. We're doing between 6 and 6.5, which is the same, well, less than,
Faster
than what we were doing under motor. The wind's picked up to around 10, maybe 12 to 15 on gusts, but that's about it. And yeah, we're no longer than sort of 15 mile, a little bit more from Fundy, so we should get in there respectful hour. We'll fill up on water, fill up on diesel, and get ready to get going again. Yeah, we've got a little bit of figuring out to do, whether we sail around the outside of Gari, or otherwise go up the inside through the Sandy Straits. We'll just see how we go. It's very nice to be sailing again.
Yeah.
Forgot how good this was, to be honest.
But we're going to move the boat because we were having dinner and we could hear this incessant electrical sound. It's like a vibration, and it sounds like robotic almost. And we were opening up cupboard doors and turned everything off, and we've realised that perhaps there's something going on where we're anchored and it's reverberating up the anchor chain, so we're actually going to move. I have a feeling that it's got something to do with these markers. This is a starboard marker that we're anchored right in front of. And there's also that beacon there too. Josh said that they would have their own independent like power sources with the solar panel and everything, but I don't know, it's so hard to know. We just moved the boat and we can still hear the sound. The sound doesn't bother us at all. We can just put earplugs in. We were just worried that we'd anchored on top of something. But yeah, now that we've moved and we know that it's all good, it's just some sound being carried through the water, some kind of electrical sound. I don't know. Maybe you know.
Fish, yeah, tell us if you do.
Electric eels?
Oh.
Mermaids with tasers? Much to think about. So done a little bit of forum perusing. Apparently a lot of people have this issue in the US, and they're shrimps. They make an electrical buzzing noise, and on all the forums everyone was like, oh, the same, I spent all night trying to find this electrical issue or this pump that was running, and it turned out to be shrimps. I don't know if we do have shrimps, don't we? Prawns. We call them prawns?
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that right now. Are prawns and shrimps the same? Shrimps and prawns are completely different creatures. They're both decapods, which means they have external skeletons and 10 legs, but that's where the similarities end. Okay, so regardless, prawns still behave in the way that shrimps do, so they're probably prawns. and there's also the compressor from the fridge, but there's this really distinct buzzing sound there. So weird. I remember when we first moved aboard in Ballina, living on the boat, we used to hear like popcorn on the hull, and it was fish feeding. That was such a wig out. That took us so long to get our heads around, but then it became really comforting after a while. So this will just be one of those that we're adding to the list.
We are powering out of Bundaberg. Got some wind already, which is awesome. It's 5:30. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck some rods out and trawl because we're ready for some more fish. Yo. Motoring through the shallow sections at the beginning of the Sandy Strait. We're going wing on wing for a little bit there, but it was pretty hard work because the wind wasn't completely over our stern. We turned the motor off and sailed at 3.5 to 4 knots for sort of 3 hours or so. But I'm glad to be under motor again and going at a respectable speed, which is 5 knots. We're kind of motor sailing at the moment just till we get through all these shallow spots, and yeah, it's been nice. Sonia's having a jolly day. I just put this rope here because I thought she might be interested in exploring it when she's pretty good. Halfway along Gari now. We're about 1 hour away from arriving at our anchorage for the night, which is just on the northern side of the shallowest section through the Sandy Straits there. Really tempted to cross it tonight so we can go out Wide Bay in the morning, but to be fair, we're pretty buggered. Phoebe's editing away, I'm sitting up here, I've dropped the main, we're running with the tide in, doing between 6.5 and 7 knots just there. So yeah, we're absolutely loving it.
Navigating this world of beginner sailing while vlogging has been an adventure in itself, hey? I think we completely underestimated the effort that it takes to share our travels here, and we quickly realised that consistency comes with a price tag, which is time. So for me, that's often meant sacrificing the urge to explore the land or even missing out on valuable sailing practice so that I can get these videos to you. But ironically, in fulfilling that dream of documenting our sailing, I've often spent more time staring at the laptop than the horizon. So as it stands, we're about a year behind in our videos, which is a very bittersweet reminder of the juggling act. So predominantly our choice to sail on the inside of Gari through the river systems and the inlets rather than sail on the coastal side was solely based around having little swell so that I could be down there and edit. But furthermore, babe, this has actually had a significant impact on you, because it means that you're often sailing this boat solo, no auto helm and a hanked-on jib. So how has that experience been for you?
No harder than waking up and going to work every morning, that's for sure. I mean, there is a lot of work involved in sailing this vessel, and especially because she's not set up for single-handed sailing, you know. It's all very basic, bare-bones systems, but I love the challenge. I love keeping this boat neat and tidy and keeping her on course and learning how she feels when she's happy. And I guess in turn, keeping the boat happy keeps you happy because you feel good, and then you help me feel good by looking after me. So it's a win-win for everybody.
I'm gonna have to do a voiceover for this. Ha ha ha, because it's far too windy to hear us. We're going to land now, so we can go for a swim. Ha ha ha. It looks really nice and calm over there.
Don't even know why you're bothering.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do a voiceover. Like, I'm gonna be the one saying it. Ha 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 ha. And we're actually gonna go for a walk through the campground that my family and I used to camp at. So that's pretty cool. I've slathered myself in sunscreen because I looked at my face for the first time, probably in a long time, and I've got early signs of rosacea from all the sun damage. Haha! In my first year of sailing. Ooh.
So I'm stuffing my feet because if there are any stingrays or flatheads that are nestled in the sand, they'll see the cloud of sand and they'll scatter. That's all.
This is where the sinkhole was. I think I spoke about it in our passage video. Dang, I can't remember which one. This one. But yeah, I was here in, I think, 2011, 2009.
No, I don't know, but it would help if you knew. Dang.
Oh, I wish I had receipts. But anyways, yeah, there was a sinkhole here and I was there.
Super gnarly this morning. We got about 25 knots of wind. So we're leaving our anchorage here at Inskip Point and we're going to be carrying the last of the incoming tide up to Tin Can Bay where we'll be riding it out.
Oh?
Just talking to the GoPro.
Oh.
Telling them what we're doing. Most of the boats in the anchorage have left this morning. They're probably taking advantage of these really strong nor'easterly winds to head down south. We spoke to a mate who we actually met here in Tin Can Bay last time we were here. His name's Pete and he's on a beautiful vessel called Sand Dollar. And him and Josh were talking a lot about it last night, and he was also talking to Tony, a sailing guru that Josh has acquired a lot of knowledge from. And they said, look, it's doable, and towards the middle of the day it actually turns a little bit east, so it's, you know, great sailing, and, you know, Innerbloom could definitely do it. It's just 25, 27 knots in the beam is really gnarly sail. So if we'd left with all these other boats, we would have arrived most likely at Bribie at about 2 a.m. But then there's the issue of the northerlies that are coming. The wind swings by about Friday morning, and that's the time that we'd get there. And yeah, we'd pretty much be punching directly into the wind. It would just be horrible. So I'm really glad that we've decided against it. It would have been really cool to have spent the next 4 or 5 days in Brisbane, being in a place like that with so much cultural diversity and food and parks. Like, we haven't really had a lot of that in our time sailing. But I'm really glad that we're not pushing the boat, not putting excessive strain in our rigging or the sails. So yeah, we'll just ride out these really strong winds and the southerly here in Tin Can Bay and go to Rainbow Beach and do all that fun stuff. And then we'll have a window of opportunity most likely Monday or Tuesday next week to continue south. It's so hard being helmsman and having to tack or drive or pull through the jib sheets standing on coconuts. I mean, it's great because now I've got a little bit extra height so I can see Josh when he's raising the main. Yeah. Okay, try and keep balanced. Need to trim that. Oh, whoa, hold on.
I'm just worried because we're towing the tender.
Yeah. be about a 45-minute little sail up the river. Quite a few boats leaving today. I hope that we haven't made a mistake.
I think what was the biggest swaying decision for us today was how we felt when we woke up this morning. And we both felt really crap. We didn't sleep very well, and
because that storm, that system was, we woke up with lots of lightning and we thought, oh my god, we're about to get hit by this storm. It didn't actually hit us.
I took the outboard off the tender in the middle of the night, so I lost an hour of sleep there, but we've kind of been doing huge passages and just feeling pretty run down. Are you?
Yeah, feeling exhausted. If we got a full night's sleep last night, I think we almost definitely would have been sailing this morning or today. But just the thought of doing a 12-hour passage, feeling like this, already being so tired, I think we just probably would have made ourselves a little bit crook.
Also, the thing I've noticed the most when I feel like this is I'm really scat and I'm really
easily stressed.
Yeah, and like to go out in the most challenging conditions that we've had since cruising this year, in feeling like that, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been safe. We've also got heaps of rain coming too, which could be a really nice little blessing for us. You know, spending some time here and having lots of rain, it might be really peaceful, get the boat awash, and sailing when it's pissing down is just not a fun time, especially in such an exposed cockpit like this. And I still don't have good wet weather gear. So
no, do I.
I'd probably
stuff that's more wet weather.
Yeah, yours is more waterproof. I just stand in here like this and just talk at Josh for hours.
Yeah, it helps me stay awake.
Finding the bright side of it, we're going to go to the markets at some point. I think there's markets in Tin Can Bay as well as Rainbow Beach. And there's a library here because I just finished Shantaram and I've got no other books that I want to read. Lots of self-help, but sometimes you want a novel, you know. So yeah, go to the library, we'll set up the bikes, go for a bike ride. We haven't been for a bike ride since Early Beach, I was gonna say. But yeah.
Actually, that's not true. Phoebe went for a bike ride.
Oh my god.
And
Bundaberg.
we pulled into Bundaberg, filled up on water and petrol and diesel, sorry, and obviously we had to we put some bad water in your boon, so we needed to treat the forward tank. We didn't have any vinegar, so Phoebe went for a really quick sprint to the shop while I was finishing everything off on the fuel dock, which is not very good, but there weren't any boats there, they were waiting to fill up, so we just like took the most of an opportunity. And I set the bike up at Phoebe, she rode there, rode back, and I got back and I was packing the bike up and I'm like, Phoebe, the tire's flat. Still had probably like 5 psi in it, but it was basically flat. And she had a headwind all the way back, so she got so smashed.
I was sweating, and yeah, Josh was like, babe, the tire's flat, and I was like, I know. I couldn't fill it up though, because I couldn't stop to fill it up because Josh was so nervous about us being on the fuel dock longer than what we were filling up the boat with fuel, that we were going to come and get harassed. And so he was like, I was getting my bag ready, getting my headphones. He's like, babe, you gotta go. And I was like, he's so frantic. And no one came to hassle you?
Well, no one came to hassle me. It was at the end of the day, luckily.
Yeah, the sun had set. It was like 6 p.m.
It's all happening here. I can't go too much further because, well, Phoebe's completely nude. It's absolutely steaming here. We've got storms coming from the west, we've got the big southerly coming up from the south, and I'm trying to dry all the washing that I did today before the storm hit. So come check out what it's like. Crazy!
Thank you so much for joining us this episode. Next week, we're going to be enjoying this very delicious thunderstorm and continuing our southward passage back home to the Northern Rivers. We're less than a week away now from home, which is really exciting. So we will see you then. Bye.